Committee of the Whole meeting for April 1st, 2025 is hereby called to order. Madam Clerk, will you call the roll?
Alderman Barrera.
Here.
Alderwoman Garza.
Here.
Alderman Masiacos.
Present.
Alderman Donnell.
Here.
Alderman Franco.
Here.
Alderman Seville. Alderman Tolliver.
Here.
Alderwoman Smith.
Here.
Alderman Bug.
Here.
Alderwoman Bade.
Here.
Alderman Lash. Alderman Warman.
Here.
And Mayor Irvin's present.
All right, can we read the approval of the minutes of Tuesday, March 18, 2025?
Second.
Committee of the Whole meeting, motion made by Alderman Smith, seconded by Alderman Garza. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Motion made, seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries by, I know I repeated that, didn't I? Right. Whole lot of words here on this piece of paper.
Sorry
There is
about
no mayoral report this evening. Let's go on to public comment. Madam Clerk, do we have any members of the public wishing to offer public comment?
We do, Mr. Mayor.
All right, will you read the rules of public comment, please?
Pursuant to the Open Meetings Act, all persons shall be permitted an opportunity to address public officials under the rules established and recorded by the council. Under our rules, any person may address the Committee of the Whole for up to 3 minutes with a maximum of 30 minutes allotted for all public comment. No person other than the timekeeper or the chair for the purpose of maintaining order may interrupt a person recognized for public comment during his or her comments. Members of the Committee of the Whole shall not engage with nor respond to a speaker during the time set aside for public comment. Staff is directed to follow up with members of the public with respect to any concerns raised during public comment within the scope of the city's authority following the adjournment of this meeting.
Before we call the first speaker, let the record reflect that Alderman Seville is present in City Council chamber. Madam Clerk, will you call the first speaker wishing to offer public comment?
Ali Burkus.
Is it Ali
Ali.
Burkris? Oh, I'm sorry, so this isn't for public
Okay.
speaking. All right, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Well, we'll hear from you a little bit
Then
later.
we have no members for
Thank you
public
very
comment.
much. Let's move on to the committee reports. Chairwoman Smith, can you give the Building, Zoning, and Economic Development Committee report, please?
I sure can. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Building, Zoning, and Economic Development Committee met on March the 26th, and we reviewed the following items. Item number 25-0209, an ordinance granting a conditional use permit for a gas station with separate diesel lanes, truck stop establishment 2841 on the property located at the southeast corner of Viola Road and Deal Road. Consent?
No objection. Look like,
Presentation.
We
Yes.
have a presentation,
Mr.
but I'll
Mr.
read the next item too because it'll be for both of them.
Thank you, Mr.
Presentation.
Stephen. Go ahead.
Okay,
Alderman Smith.
item number 25-0210, a resolution approving a revision of the preliminary plan and plot for property located at the southeast corner of Viola Road and Deal Road.
Good evening, Ed Sieben, Zoning and Planning Director. I just have a very brief presentation, just real brief background, and then the petitioner is here with a very brief PowerPoint to go over it. So you see the site plan is up there. This is the southeast corner of Deal Road and Eola Road. So there's the preliminary plan. So this is for a conditional use for a gas station with separate diesel lanes. So it's only the diesel lane portion that requires the conditional use. A gas station was already approved with this, with the original zoning back in 2010. So this plan is to construct a 5,000 square foot quick trip gas station and convenience store with 16 fueling positions for smaller vehicles and 4 separate diesel fueling positions to accommodate semi-trucks and other commercial vehicles. Actually, out of those 4, only 2 of them can accommodate a semi-truck. The other 2 would be for smaller box trucks, commercial vehicles. So the plan showing, if we can go back to the plan, John, the plan is showing 48 spaces. There's going to be a right-in, right-out access, right-in access only off of Viola Road. You see it at the southwest corner of the site there. And then there will be a right-in, right-out off of Deal, along with a full access at the very east corner of the site. And John, if you could rotate that one also, please. Sorry, they provided us with north down. We usually look at it from north up, so that's north up there. So there'll also be a 8-foot multi-use path being constructed along both Eola and Deal Road. You also see in your packet conceptual building and signage elevations, and along with the preliminary landscape plan. This will come back later for final plan and plat to go over those details. And just real briefly, just a background on the zoning. As I said, this site was annexed and zoned for commercial uses in 2010. A gas station was allowed as a permitted use, so this site has always been contemplated for that use. Staff believes the additional diesel lanes are appropriate in this location. It is not near residential. It's along 2 arterial highways. It is at the tollway interchange, and it can serve vehicles from the adjacent White Oak Business Park, which is right across the street to the west, the Butterfield Business Park, which is just to the north, on the north side of the tollway, and adjacent Naperville business parks. And then, unless there's any questions of me, the petitioner has a very brief PowerPoint.
Just so we're on the same page, when you hear the word truck stop, there are a lot of connotations. Can you just define that so we're on the same page?
Yes, sir. So in our zoning ordinance, anytime you have a gas station with additional diesel lanes, back about 15 years ago, it was put under a definition of a truck stop. It's not a truck stop as anyone would think of it along a major interstate highway. All this is really has some diesel lanes for some trucks. There's going to be no showers, no overnight truck. There's no area to park trucks here, so they would be in and out. So nothing at all like a truck stop, and we even have that as a condition that there be no truck parking on site. So,
Questions?
No, I just have a comment.
Alderman Smith.
We had a tremendous amount of discussion because in the initial description, truck stop was used a couple times, so we had that clarified. I explained that I'd watched too many thrillers to consider a truck stop, so, but they explained that it is not a place where they can park, not a place they can stay, not a place they can shower, they can come, get gas, get a snack, whatever they want to be. And I believe it even said no adult materials in there as
they
well.
have a
So
brief PowerPoint if you want to.
You want to step up, sir? State your name for the record.
Ali Buchrest, that is spelled A-L-I, last name Buchrest, B-U-K-H-R-E-S.
Thank you.
Just want to thank the committee for allowing us to present to you and introduce QuickTrip, who we are, and our hopeful development plan here in the city of Aurora that we're very excited about. Just a little bit of brief history about QuickTrip. QuickTrip started in 1958 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Ever since, we've been building all around the country. We have around 1,100 stores nationwide. Most recently, we expanded into the Denver markets and Denver, Colorado market and Chicago area. QuickTrip, we think of ourselves as a socially responsible company. We work with multiple different organizations, National Safe Place, United Way, and Folds of Honor. QuickTrip also donates 5% of its profits yearly per store to the local cities that we do operate in. Last year, we donated over $50 million throughout all of our sites nationwide. We're also very dedicated to our employees. I've been with the company for a little bit over 11 years now. My wife works at this company, and it's just really a great company to work for. They offer tuition reimbursement. As a college student, I wanted to get a little bit extra cash, and I ended up making a career out of it. I've been here 11 years, like I said, but most people that you meet at QuickTrip have been 20, 30, 40 years, if they make it that long. Most of them tend to retire right around 50. We have really good incentives for our employees, and we treat our employees like our customers. You know, they're the reasons why we're here, and we just keep our focus on our employees and customers. Just to get into the site, this is the current site as it sits. It is currently vacant right now, and we are proposing a QuickTrip convenience store with 16 fueling positions for our gas canopy and 2 fueling positions for our diesel, and then the 2 outside would be for your box trucks and similar uses like your Dodge Cummins. We also are going to propose 2 charging parking spots for electrical vehicle charging stations. The diesel bays, as you can see, most semi trucks will have your big commercial semi trucks will have tanks on both sides of the truck, so it requires a satellite MPD, which is a pump basically. So it requires to fuel on both sides. The only two pumps that are accommodate those fueling positions is the two middle ones. So a commercial semi truck will only be able to fuel on the two lanes that you see on the screen there. Side operations will only have two semi truck can fuel at one time. No overnight parking will be allowed. City code requires it as a truck stop designated whenever fuel diesel is being sold. There will be no truck accommodations present at the site whatsoever. No showers, no lounges, nothing to hang around and stay there. No parking spots. It's really just a come and go. It's part of our name, Quick Trip. It's just come in, make it a quick trip, grab your food, drink, and then head on the road wherever you're heading to next. We're also proposing 2 future charging stations. No truck idling will be permitted. Quick Trip does offer made-to-order items and grab-and-go items, so with sandwiches, subs, barbecue sandwiches, and tacos as well. We also do have a very rigorous standard for selling alcoholic beverages. We do have in-house shoppers as well to just make sure that we're on top of that standard. So we'll have somebody that's unknown to the store employees that comes in, buys an alcoholic beverage that looks underage, but it is of age, just to make sure that we're IDing properly and everybody that is consuming alcohol products, that they are of age to do so. We also have our own Quick Trip facility support. So we have in-house employees that come and fix any equipment that we have, so we're not relying on outside consultants to come and fix any issues that we have at the store. We get a rapid response team, and usually anything that happens in the store that's broke is usually fixed within hours, if not within 1 day. Traffic analysis, again, we're not a traffic generator, we're a traffic capturer. That's why we chose this site. Traffic will not increase due to the site development. Traffic is already present there. We're just capturing that traffic. Semi-truck will be very minimum from 88 due to the visibility and other locations with similar offerings along 88. And with the traffic, it is also, there's a lot of businesses in Aurora that can accommodate this use. And we feel that we're offering the city of Aurora businesses a place to go to shop locally and to invest in the city of Aurora. Next is just our environmental and fuel. We go above and beyond. We consider ourselves as the gold standard for this. We do have double wall tanks. We also have multiple sensors in our fuel lines in our tanks. We go above and beyond, adding even more sensors than what the EPA requires, because we want to make sure our customers are safe and also our employees are safe. So if there's any leak detection or anything like that, we do have 24-hour EPA consultants that we work with, and anything was to leak, it will be taken care of immediately, and everything will be shut off if anything were to happen. The next site is just the nearest gas station to the site. There is one about a mile south. It is a mobile. And then we also have the nearest home. It's about a quarter mile away. And then the nearest subdivision is about 0.4 miles away from the site. And then the nearest school is about 1,500 feet from the site, about 0.4 miles. And then the projected tax generation for this site, we're looking at roughly 200,000 taxes just in fuel yearly. That is not including our sales tax. Comprehensive plan for this site indicates the property could be developed with a variety of uses, including commercial. We feel that this is a good site for this development. And the next one is just a building elevation showing us what the Quick Trip will look like once it's built, along with the canopy elevations for the diesel and the gas. And that concludes my presentation. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
What is the total cost of the development?
Total cost for the development, I am not totally sure on the accurate number, but it'd be in the millions.
Any questions? Alderman Bate.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Ed, can you please have this presentation attached to Register before City Council? We didn't get a chance to view this one earlier. Thank you.
Alderman Bug.
Yeah, thank you. You said you have mystery shoppers for alcohol. Are there also mystery shoppers for cigarettes and vape products?
Correct. And we also have mystery shoppers for store appearance as well, and we reward our employees for having a good store appearance.
Excellent, thank you.
Any other questions?
Consent on 250209.
No objections?
Unfinished.
Unfinished.
On both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you at City Council next week.
Thank you.
Go ahead. I'm s-
I'm
Alderman Smith.
lost in the unfinished.
You can be lost.
Wow, okay. That is all the Building, Zoning, and Economic Development
All
have
right.
today, and thank you, Mr. Mayor.
All right. Alderman Franco, can you give the Finance Committee report?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. The Finance Committee met on March 27th.
Hold on one second. Hold on a second. Order. Please continue.
Okay. The Finance Committee met on March 27, 2025, and reviewed the following items. 25-0117, a resolution authorizing the purchase of a parcel for the Water Production Division in the amount of $125,000. This acquisition will allow for a new access road as the current one is challenging, which can create safety concerns.
Consent.
Consent.
No objections. I'm going consent.
Next one is 25-0194, a resolution authorizing the execution of IDOT standard agreements for land acquisition activities as part of the Indian Trail, Ohio to Pennsbury Signal Modernization Project.
Consent.
No objections. I'm going consent.
25-0208, a resolution approving the expansion of the Historic Preservation Grant Program and adopting new program guidelines. Since the funding has increased significantly, the program can now increase its funding amounts and offer grants to non-owner occupied homes with conditions.
Consent.
No objections. I'm going consent.
And 25-0218, a resolution to purchase a new 2025 Police Interceptor hybrid vehicle from Curry Commercial Center, 10125 West Laraway, Frankfort, Illinois, for $58,843.
Consent.
No objections. I'm going consent.
And Mr. Mayor, that concludes the Finance Committee report.
Thank you very much. Chairman Seville, can you give the Public Health and Safety Transportation Committee report, please?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, thank you. The PHS&T Committee met on March 25th, 2025, and reviewed the following two items. 25-0222, a resolution establishing the maximum number of licenses for tattoo and body art establishments in accordance with Chapter 25, Article 11, tattoo on body art establishments.
Consent.
They're changing ownership. There's a new owner now, and they'll be operating from Tuesday to Sunday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
No objections. I'm
Consent.
going consent.
Okay. And the second one is 25-0237, a resolution authorizing entering into agreement with the Board of Education of Indian Prairie Community Unit School District 204 for the installation of an outdoor warning siren. There's a gap in our coverage in this area, so this siren will be located at the Brooks Elementary School in Stonebridge. So it's a brand new one. This will bring us up to 18 total sirens in the city of
Consent.
Aurora. Consent?
With no objections, I'm going
And
consent.
that's report from PHS&T, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Chairwoman Garza, can you give the Infrastructure and Technology Committee report, please?
Thank you, Mayor. We met on March 24. The first item is 25-0052, a resolution authorizing Samsara Inc. to provide telematics services for the city fleet from May 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2025, with the 4 optional one-year extensions.
Consent.
No objections, I'm going consent.
25-0062, a resolution authorizing the Director of Purchasing to execute change orders to contract with Electric Conduit Construction and Flat Electric and the combined amount of $150,000 for the relocation of existing electrical infrastructure from vaults located under the sidewalk along Broadway from Benton Street to New York Street.
Consent.
No objections, I'm going consent.
25-0074, a resolution authorizing the execution of an engineering agreement with Transmap Corporation and the not to exceed amount $250,000 to update the city payment management system and provide a signed inventory.
Consent.
With no objections, item will go on consent.
25-0205, a resolution for the acceptance of bid pricing from contractor to moving landscape maintenance for several city departments, bid 25-013, for a one-year contract with a 3 optional years extension upon mutual consent.
Consent.
With no objections, item will go on consent.
25-0223, a resolution to award the High Street and Pierce Street intersection water main improvements located in Ward 1 to Superior Excavating Company, and the bid amount of $63,000 and $487.
Consent.
No objections, item will go on consent.
25-0228, a resolution to award the N. Almwood Drive water main replacement project located in Ward 6 to Winninger Excavated Inc. in the amount of $933,465.00.
Consent.
No objections, item will go on consent.
25-0229, a resolution to award the Day Works Court water main replacement project located in Ward 3 to Brandt Excavating Inc. to the bid amount of $672,157.00.
Consent.
No objections, item will go on consent.
25-0230, a resolution authorizing the Director of Purchasing to execute an agreement with High Engineering Inc. and the amount of $123,285 to provide safety consulting services for the Department of Public Works.
Consent.
No objections, item will go on consent.
25-0231, a resolution authorizing the Director of Purchasing to execute a contract with Hitchcock Design Group to provide design services for Millennium Plaza and the amount of $218,300.
Consent.
No objections, item will go on consent.
25-0232, a resolution authorizing the Director of Purchasing to renew the professional services agreement with Olea Network Inc. for large water meter sensors and analytical services.
Consent.
No objections, item will go on consent.
And we conclude the meeting, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Vice Chair Franco, can you give the Rules Administration and Procedure Committee report, please?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, the Rules Administration Procedure Committee met on March 18, 2025, reviewed the following items. 250224, presentation discussion of upcoming proposed ordinance amendment to Chapter 27, specifically 27-176, parking commercial vehicles, trailers, truck trailers, and tractors in residential districts. This is going to be held, going back to the RAF Committee to finish the discussion, and it'll be brought forward to the committee to hold meeting in 2 weeks.
Thank you, sir.
The next one is-
No action needed on that item.
No action needed yet. 25-0225, a resolution approving the appointment of Robert Dunn to the Civil Service Commission.
Consent.
Consent.
No objection, this item will go on consent.
25-0226, a resolution authorizing the appointment of Marguerite Blitch to the Mayor's Sustainable Aurora Advisory Board.
Consent.
Consent.
No objection, this item will go on consent.
And, Mr. Mayor, that concludes the Rules Administration Procedure Committee. I'm sorry, what was that? Okay, I'm sorry, that concludes the RAP Committee meeting.
Thank you very much. That concludes our committee reports. Madam Clerk, will you read the item that was held from last COW meeting?
250181, a resolution authorizing approval of a loan agreement between the City of Aurora, Delisha Bowling, and Darius Butler for the purpose of facilitating the opening of the Soul Spot, a soul food restaurant in Unit E4 at the Fox Valley Mall at 195 Fox Valley Center Drive.
Mr. Debo?
Thank you. David Debo, Director of Economic Development in the Mayor's Office. This item was held for 2 rounds, and I just want to make a quick introduction if I can. Appreciate you letting me be here tonight, Aldermen and Alderwomen. The reason that I just wanted to make this quick introduction is want to give you an idea of why this was held, and it really was a matter of detail. Even though we had this unanimously approved by the Finance Committee, as we got into it, we realized that there were details that we just did not understand completely. And before we bring something to you, we want to make sure whether it's a larger project or a smaller project, that we know everything that we need to know before we come and ask you for some dollars to help facilitate a deal. Now, in this particular situation, we would be using the transformation fund that we talked about before. These are dollars that do not come from the general fund. They're not taxpayer dollars. They're dollars that came as a result of that deal we did a couple of months ago. So it is coming from that. That said, it is still within the purview of our dollars, and we want to make sure that everything is correct. This team that worked on it, with people here you're going to hear from tonight, Patty Ryan over at the Fox Valley Mall, who's been instrumental in making this deal happen, the entrepreneur, Delisa Bowling and Darius Butler, and our team, who's going to be speaking to you, Alex Manella, who's our senior planner, Priscilla Oroso, I'm sorry, and then Omar Perez. What Priscilla does is she works very closely. We share that job with our CFO to make sure that any dollars that we are expending are properly allocated, funded, and recorded. And she's been very involved in this project, and I want to have her talk a little bit. And what Omar does, and I wanted everybody here to get familiar with Omar and another gentleman that we've hired over the last year. And what they do is they're project managers. And so if there's something that we need to have done, we all rely on our building and permit department, but sometimes we need an expediter, somebody to help make it happen. And what we do now in Mowat is we have two gentlemen who are construction experts who really handhold and work with the entrepreneurs to make sure that if there's issues that come up, and in this particular project, there were a number of issues that came up, that somebody is there to help understand what those issues are and to bring them through. So I'm going to want Omar to speak a little bit as well. We also had Noella Rez from the Wabanzi Small Business Development Center on the team as well to help with the numbers and again to make sure our projections were correct and so on. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Patty, and then we'll just run through this rather quickly. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Patty. I'm with Fox Valley Mall. Thank you for taking time tonight to learn about Soul Spot. My job at Fox Valley Mall is to work with small businesses and put the right tenant in the right spot for our center and for our community. In December, I received a call, one of the greatest compliments you can get, from one of our tenants saying, I have somebody who would work great in our center, and they referred him to us. And that is Delisha at Soul Spot. I met with Delisha and several members of her team in late December, and by January, we were already working a deal. We knew Soul Spot would be perfect for our center. It is an unusual concept. It's not one we have. And when you meet Delisha, she is just the nicest person. She's upfront and she's honest. She lets you know what she can do, what she can't do, what her dreams, what her goals are for the center and for her store. And we really feel like this is a complete win for our center. I was actually able to present it to our ownership, which I normally do not, and they have agreed that this is something that would work very well in our center, and they have also agreed to put money toward it, and they're putting $112,000. This space was vacant for 7 years. It had just needs updating, just needs everything fixed, bringing it back up to code, and our company is going to help do that with Omar and his team. We're really excited. We are already receiving calls on when are they going to open. People are excited to have her come. People are waiting for her menu. So we're really looking forward to having her come. And thank you so much for taking time to learn about this. Anything I can answer for you?
Questions? Alderman Bug? Hold on a second. Alderman Bug, do you have a question?
Yeah, I do.
Up for
This is going into the spot that was tilted kilt, and then it was some type of crab boil.
It was crab kraken.
Okay.
For about a year, and then with
And crab kraken was 7 years ago?
So they closed with COVID. They couldn't recover with COVID.
Okay, well, that's not 7 years.
Well, it's 5.
Yeah. Okay.
But they didn't put any money into it. Tilted Kilt was the last one who maintained it in that company.
Okay, thank you.
Priscilla?
Good evening. My name is Priscilla Orozco with the Mayor's Office of Economic Development. I work closely with David Debo, our project management team as well, which consists of Carlos and Omar. I also work closely with our CFO, Chris Minnick, to ensure that all our financials are going through. So one of the things that I did want to point out is anytime we have a deal that wants to go through, or anytime that MOED is involved with any kind of deal going on, we always attend the DST meetings. The DST meeting happened to coincide with the finance meeting that night. So as soon as we heard all the issues that were questioning that we didn't already have in the plan, we made sure that we sent out Jesse Kohler, who is the director of building permits. So he did a walkthrough. The following day, Omar did a walkthrough. So we were able to kind of say, these are the things that we knew were already in the plans. These are the things we didn't have. So we wanted to make sure we got the proper estimates. We had the proper financing for it, so that way we weren't setting anyone up to fail, and we were ensuring that we would get our money back as well. Because again, this is a fund that we want to regenerate so that we can continue to go out and do more funding and helping more people. Is there any questions on that?
Question.
Alderman Franco?
So the DST meeting coincided with the finance meeting.
Correct.
Speculating now, had the DST meeting occurred before, would we had to hold this? Would we would have had our ducks in a row to make sure that all this done? It's just a bad timing situation, I guess?
Correct, that's
Okay.
what it was. It's just the time that DST was available and the time that finance happened, it just didn't coincide. So we wanted to ensure that we held it so we knew everything that was going on, so we weren't going in blind and you guys weren't going in blind as well.
Okay, thank you.
Just make it clear, now that we have held it and you worked through everything, are we on point?
Oh, yes, absolutely. We went through, we worked through everything. We even worked out contingencies in there to ensure that we won't go over budget.
Questions?
Mayor,
Alderman Vera.
I have a question. So when staff was able to go out and do the walkthroughs, did they find things that were then added and amended to this
That would
plan?
be Omar. I do have a list of things that were addressed at that point during DST and the walkthrough. Like we found that.
Omar, you can step to this. You can step this. Omar, you can step to that microphone.
More of the expert on the construction portion.
Could you repeat that question again?
Yeah, I was just curious, with being able to go out and do a walkthrough, what kind of things did you find that were then added to the scope of the project?
It was mostly having to do with the grease trap and the gas meter. The grease trap, when we had people come to evaluate and clean it out, we realized that there was the clean out parts were basically welded shut, so that we wanted to ensure that that stuff got done and there wasn't any further problems going down the line. So once we got all of that assessed and ensured that there's nothing else that we need to do and that we're okay with where we're at, we just wanted to wait to make sure that all of that was taken care of.
Any other questions? There being none, is there an objection to putting this item on consent?
Consent?
No objections, item on consent. Thank you very much, and congratulations. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks at City Council. Well, actually, it's going to be on consent unless somebody takes it off, but congratulations on coming home to Aurora. And we all look forward to trying a little bit of that soul food that you're going to be cooking in this soul food spot. All right. All right. There is no staff report. There is no need for a closed session.
Second.
There's been a motion to adjourn by Alderman Smith, second by Alderman Franco. All in favor?
Aye.
This meeting is hereby adjourned.